Yes, it is true. I have to return my iPhone X. I already put it back in the box. It's a shame. It is such a beautiful phone. Like, seriously, it's beautiful. You can't,
I couldn't find seriously, it's beautiful in your music.
Oh, shut up. It works like a charm. It looks amazing. And it gives me the worst headaches there ever were. I really gave it a good few days. I tested it and I played with it and I had a really good time with this phone. I didn't have an eye strain like other people report that suddenly their eyes are watering and their eyes are hurting. For me, it started about 2 days into using the phone and the pain was around this area here, mostly here. It almost felt like a sinus pain, and I thought it was a sinus infection or something because I had been stuffed up, but I barely get headaches at all. And I also had a stiff neck, and I thought maybe it's a stiff neck, who knows. But I did stop using the phone for 2 days, and the headaches went away. And then on Sunday, I started using it again. And by Monday afternoon, my headaches were really bad. So I put it back in the box and my headaches started to go back down. And then this afternoon, I thought, okay, I will try it again. And within half an hour playing with the phone, my headaches came back. So I took a little time I took a little slow motion. That's what it's called. I took a little slow motion video from my other phone. And by the way, I did get an iPhone 8. I already did. I got both phones now. I owe Apple a lot of money, but one goes back. The X goes back. The 10 goes back. So with this phone, it has the same kind of slow motion recording as the iPhone X. I recorded the iPhone X screen as it goes from bright to dimmer to off. And yes, the flickering is pretty bad. It may be all psychosomatic. I may not have any issues, but I went with this phone with an open mind into trying this phone. And for 2 days, I was great. And then the third day, the pain started. And I did not expect it. After 2 days, I didn't expect to have any problems. The iPhone X is everything I ever wanted from a phone. It has the perfect size. It is comfortable enough to hold. It has a longer screen than the iPhone 8. There's more real estate on that screen for things like Twitter or Instagram. This phone is amazing because you just scroll through and you see so much more on one screen swipe. But you can hold it. It is barely any wider than the iPhone 8. You just hold it easily with one hand and you scroll down and it's a great, amazing experience. The Face ID works flawlessly. The only time I had problems with my sunglasses on, didn't like those. So in the car I had to do this because my car is in a holder on the dashboard, and to unlock it I had to do this, and it works, but it was kind of a little bit annoying. But it's better than having to reach over and hit the button. So it's kind of the only problem I ever had was with the iPhone 10, you have to swipe from the bottom up, okay? So it's not just holding it like this. You actually have to make a swiping motion. How can I explain that? You actually have to make a swiping motion up with the iPhone 10, okay? A swiping motion like you do this one. So when you unlock your phone like this, the iPhone 8, you just unlock it with your fingerprint. With the iPhone 10, you have to swipe up from the bottom. And when you do that one-handedly, I found that a bit tricky at times. So I actually had to grab the phone with my second hand and then do that. It is a little bit annoying, but it's a compromise because you get a bigger screen, you get the Face ID and everything. The iPhone 8 Plus or the iPhone 7 Plus or the iPhone 6 Plus, that is an unwielding phone. You cannot use it with one hand. I tried. I used one for a year, or two even, maybe 1 year. I don't remember. You can't. I think it was 2 years. You can't use it with just one hand. You have to have two hands. With the iPhone 7 or 8, one hand is fine. You can totally do with one hand. Everything works fine with one hand. Literally everything. And when you are holding it like this because you need to touch the buttons, it is safer in your hand than, well, if you have huge hands, then it's fine. But I found it just size-wise better. I just wish it had a full screen. So I did buy the iPhone 8 because I needed a phone, because Eric needed a phone. And I know it's expensive, but it's a great phone. I really like it. It has a beautiful, beautiful screen that absolutely does not flicker, period. There's no flicker, none. The sound on both phones, I also tried to play the sound on both phones, are, personally, I kind of like the sound on the 8 better than the iPhone X because it was less, it was kind of almost like the phone wasn't able to do the sound. It was almost like doubling over. The sound seemed to be clearer from the iPhone 8, albeit maybe a little bit quieter at the highest level. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so the problem with the iPhone 10 is that it gives me health problems. And if you look a little bit for iPhone 10 headaches or iPhone 10 migraines, you will find a couple forums on the internet. There's not a lot of people complaining about it. There aren't. A lot of people will also only experience a little tiny bit of it. If it wasn't me, if I was not the person I am, I may put it aside. I may take a headache pill and say, you know what, it's like, but knowing what it can be or what it does to my body or does to my brain, do I want to really submit myself to this constant flickering? No. No, I don't. I will be waiting for the next iPhone to come out with a nice full screen with no more borders. And I will hope it's going to be a screen that doesn't have any flicker. There are OLED screens out there in the wild that don't have flickering. I think the Samsung S8 has an OLED screen or a Super AMOLED screen or whatever they call them. Someone asked me, I don't know what they're called. But it's the same kind of technology where every every pixel had its own little light built in. You know, it's not like a backlit screen, but it's every... I explained that to you in my other video. Go and watch that. But this screen doesn't flicker. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I don't know. There are phones out there that have a screen that doesn't flicker, that is not an LCD screen like the iPhone 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and so on. But Apple doesn't make those. Apple makes LCD screens on all the other phones except the iPhone 10. iPhone 10 has an OLED screen. OLED screen flickers. Apple went with 240 hertz. That means 240 flickers per second at a brightness of 100%. If flickering just gets slower and slower and slower as the brightness of the screen goes down. When are you ever going to look at your screen at 100% brightness? Not me. That means that the screen flickers and it will be perceivable by many people. If you go to websites that do iPhone or phone screen or laptop screen tests and things like that, you will see that there are a lot of products that have flicker rates that are higher than 240. From what I'm reading, everything under 250 hertz is giving problems to users. And Apple chose to go with 240 at the highest brightness, at their fastest, highest hertz. To me, that is a very bad decision from Apple, and I will write them an email and I will complain about it, because that is not having the user's best interest at heart. There are websites out there that do research, and between 20 and 25% of people will have some sort of problem when they look constantly at a flickering screen.
It's sad that there's a phone out there that will give you headaches. The Pixel. The Pixel gives people headaches. Google does it. Why is beyond me? Why don't we want CFL lighting in the house? Because it flickers. Why did everybody scream, oh my god, give me my incandescent light bulbs back. I don't want this energy saving stuff. It has mercury in it, and it flickers. So people went to, then LED came around, and LED light bulbs don't flicker. They're nice and bright and warm and cool. They're the temperature that you want, and they're great.
So yeah, this phone goes back, hopefully on Thursday, because it's burning a hole in my pocket. I need my money back, Apple.
I don't know who's invited. There's no one listed on the event.
She's talking to me from the box. I gotta turn it off. Alright, so anyway, this one goes back. This one stays. If you don't have problems, if you are not sensible to flickering things, and if you don't get migraines from screens and light bulbs and whatever, go get that phone. It's great. I love it. If you can't afford it, it's amazing. And I'm still staying by it. It's just absolutely fantastic. I will not have one. I will wait for the next issue that hopefully will be flicker free. And if not, I'm going to hang on to my 8 for as long as I can. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some way. If it was, give me a thumbs up. If it wasn't, give me a thumbs down. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, click that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and give me some feedback. Do you have an iPhone 10? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you going to return it? Do you have any other iPhones? Do you hate iPhones? Do you hate Apple? Do you hate me? Let's hear it. I mean, I'm literally, any comment is better than no comment. Right now, it's like, hi Sally. She's the only one commenting, so she gets a shout out. Yeah, let's hear it. I hope I see you around next time, and if I don't see you anymore before Christmas, which could be, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Have a good time with your family, your friends, or your pets, or whoever, your TV, whoever's around you. And I hope I see you again soon. Tschüss!
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.